FlutterFlow is dead. But with the death of FlutterFlow comes a new agentic AI builder. Entering DreamFlow. DreamFlow is meant to be the AI replacement for FlutterFlow, which uses agentic AI agents to really fast track your development process. So today, I will be testing out DreamFlow and evaluating how it stacks up against other agentic AI builders like Google Anti-Gravity, Copilot, and Cloud Code. So let's get into it right now. I will be giving myself just 1 hour to try to create an entirely new app from scratch using DreamFlow. So let's talk about the idea for the app. Well, I've already went to ChatGPT to actually generate a product specification for my application. So I gave it the system prompt, telling it that he's an expert in project management for applications. And then I told him about what I wanted my app to be. So it's a mobile application built in Flutter. It's for users to be able to check their gym workouts, so it's like a gym logging tool. And I also wanted to add an AI chat that will allow users to talk to the chatbot in natural language, so sort of like a personal fitness instructor, but in the form of an AI chatbot. So that's the main gist of the application. I fed it into ChatGPT, asked it to generate a product specification, and this is what it managed to generate for me. Alright, so yeah, I haven't actually registered for an account in DreamFlow just yet, so let's get started. And with that, let's also start the timer right now. So the 1 hour timer has started. So let's go. Let's continue with Google. Okay, let's go. Onboarding done. And now we are able to create a new project. So let's click on new project. We'll call out our app Gym Rats Pro. So it seems like they actually also have some templates which we can already use over here. So they have tons of these templates. Actually, let's just start with the prompt. So we'll just copy our product overview, all of this, and we'll paste it in the prompts over here. So you can see the different models that's actually able to use as well. We have Cloud Sonnet 4.5, Cloud Opus 4.5, Gemini 3.0, 3.0 Flash, GPT 5.2, and 5.1. There's also this auto option which automatically selects the best available agent. So let's just go with that. So we fed it our prompt and it looks like it's starting to build our project for us. Alright, so the time now is about 56:51. Alright, starting to implement the app actually. Is trying to configure the backend in the Superbase, which is quite interesting. I don't know what this play asteroids is over here, but let's not touch it for now. So it seems like we are able to actually view the architecture plan. Now this looks like how our project is actually structured. They also generated files over here, so we can see that it's generated our architecture.md and is basing it all off on this. Alright, so it looks like it finished building the key essentials of the app. The time remaining is around 50 minutes. So it took around a bit less than 10 minutes to actually set up the base application. Hopefully it's good and the code quality is actually good. For some reason there's the asteroid screen over here. Alright, and cool, we are brought to this new page over here where we have actually a live preview as well as the AI chat agent over here. And if we want to see the code, we can also see it here. It looks pretty clean. We can have our preview here. And we can actually also see the widget tree, which is actually similar to how FlutterFlow showed the widget tree as well. Looks like it also has a Superbase integration as well as a Firebase integration, so it should be quite simple to set up. In inspect mode, if you turn on inspect mode, you can actually select the different widgets over here and it will tell you which widget it is in the widget tree. Let's go back. You can also change the theme. Let's first try the Google Auth assertion field. Let's try continue as guest. So it looks like it's failing because we have not set up our Supabase just yet. Okay, so we need to first open the Supabase module in DreamFlow's left sidebar. Then we need to connect to Supabase. Alright, so our account has been connected. And next, we will have to create the database tables and seed exercise data. I think we also have to create a new project first. So let's create a new project. Oh, nice. That was very fast, actually. So it actually set up the project for us, and it created it automatically with the project name, project ID, API URL, anon key, and DB password. So it's all done for you. You don't actually have to go into Supabase itself. Now it's telling us to actually generate Supabase client code over here. Alright, so it looks like it completed successfully. So now we can actually try signing into our app. So we go to our preview, we try continue as guest. Seems like it still doesn't work. Alright, so looks like completed successfully. Right now the time is around 10 minutes left, so it's not looking too great right now. Oh. Okay, so looks like it finally worked after stopping the app and restarting it. So let's try continuing as guest. Alright, cool. So looks like our app over here seems quite good. There are settings. The UI is not bad. Seems like we can start a workout, and the workout page doesn't work. Okay, so the time now is there's only around 3 minutes left, which definitely isn't enough time for us to complete this application and actually test out this whole application. I don't think any of the functionality has also been implemented, like the chat, the AI chat. Yeah, none of it has been implemented. So it's really only the very basic screens. Even this functionality, okay, this one, the settings page is done, but the rest are not done at all. My final thoughts on DreamFlow over here is that it does have some neat features, such as the live preview over here. So it really saves you time on having to configure your own setup, as well as the easy Supabase integration. So you are very simply able to actually connect to Supabase within the DreamFlow app itself and do stuff on Supabase. However, some gripes that I have is that I don't think the agent is actually very good or as good as the current agents out there, such as those in Copilot or those anti-gravity, even though they use the same model. And I really don't like how you aren't able to actually have granular control of the code. All of this code is actually stored in the cloud, and it's not stored on your local device. If you want to have it stored on your local device, then you have to download the code, which I saw somewhere just now. And the biggest concern is also because of the API limits. So the token limit is quite harsh. You only get 10 free tokens or 10 free credits every month, and as you can see, I used up my 10 credits extremely fast. And the price for the credits is also not very cheap, because as you can see, for the pricing, 100 credits is $20 per month, 20 USD per month, and that is not very cheap at all. Final thoughts, I think it's a pretty decent tool. However, would I use it? I think I'd rather use anti-gravity or VS Code with Copilot. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Even though it didn't go as planned, at least we got to try out DreamFlow and actually see what it's all about.